end of the week. I am ready for it and have things to do, places to go, things to take care of. Always seems like it's that way in life, right? That it's just one thing after another. I hope your day is a day that you can enjoy without having to rush all around. I'm going to take my flashing lights off that are covering my eyes this morning. But and it brings me, by the way, I'm Dan Gresham. This is my house. Thanks for inviting me into your house. This is something we call Dan's at-home update. Yeah, I know, pretty obvious. But it kind of fit a year ago when we started doing it because we were all at home. And it was a way to get you updated on what was going on in the headlines. And it's kind of evolved a little bit. Yes, we still look at the daily stories, but we don't quite go as in much depth. A lot more about observations of things that are happening in our community. And that idea that the underlying theme, think micro, not macro. Just that's it. Think micro, not macro. You know, and what does that mean? Well, it simply means instead of all of us getting caught up on what's happening in world affairs or national affairs, maybe we should spend a little more time thinking and talking about what's going on in your home, what's going on in your world, you know, what's going on in your community, and reminding ourselves, you know, that that's where maybe we should be focused, reaching out to our neighbors. What can I do to help somebody else? You know, because we're good at it. You know, whether you want to believe it or not, and I know sometimes it's easy to be pretty cynical in this world in which we live, but you think about it, we're pretty good at helping each other. Texans, we that's part of the pride that we have is, you know, that we can do that. And I want to believe that it's not just Texans. I want to believe that it's humans. I want to believe it's in our human nature, you know, that we do that. But, and it can be, as I always say, it can be something so easy. You know, we think, oh, well, I don't have any money. I can't lend. You don't have to give money, you know. I mean, it's one of those things. All it takes is I have a young lady that's working in my office. And I told her yesterday, I said, you just did something that you should be proud of. And she said, what? I said, you took the time to answer the phone and you did it in an engaging manner. She was kind of like, well, I'm not sure what you're saying. What I'm saying is, instead of just going, yeah, what do you want? You took the time to listen. You took the time to ask, you know, and it was obvious this person was struggling to answer or ask their question. You know, they called a television newsroom after all. But they were struggling to ask, and she was very patient. She listened. When they disappeared for a few, you know, like 25 seconds, hello, is there anybody there? It became obvious they had gone to get a piece of paper and a pencil to write a phone number down, and she was more than patient. And I said, you know what? Thank you. Thank you for being human. Thank you for, you know, just engaging with somebody in a way in which you don't demean them. And that happens so often. You know, we're all in such a rush. We think that we have something to do. And I keep telling myself, I really have to remind myself, maybe it's age. You know, maybe I'm the guy on the other end of the phone that needs a piece of paper to write it down. But I really want to try harder this year to even as tough as it is in the world in which we live in the middle of a pandemic, because you cannot see somebody's face. And I hate that. You know, the old adage is the windows are the eyes to the soul. They may be, but, you know, seeing the whole picture, the entire face, you know, whether it's a smile, a frown, that goes a long way. And when I can meet you on the street and you take the time to watch me, or you take the time to listen to what I have to say, the least I can do is look you in the eye and say, hey, how's it going? And mean it when I say it. I may not have time. You may not have time. But I mean, that's the interest. That's what we can do. Can I change the world? Not likely. Can I alter the trajectory of politics in America? Not likely. Can I have an effect on one person and their attitude going forward into the day? Maybe. And even that is maybe. So why do we think it's always so important that we have to share our opinions, with other people, that we have to impress upon them. This is where I stand. Because let's be honest, 95% of the time, the person you're talking to probably A, isn't listening, and B, may not even care. But again, it's the little things that you can do that I'm saying. So our focus, micro, not macro. Okay, I can come off the soapbox now. I'm done preaching on a Friday. And see, the other problem is I'm about to take some days off. I'm about to be away, so I'm getting it all in, my preaching all in one day. Let's check in, see who's here this morning as we get things going. Carolyn, good morning to you. Hi, Mary. Always nice to see you. Hi, Pat. Hope you're doing good. Phyllis Tibbs over in Sugarland. Good morning to you. I guess it's Sugarland, not Sugarland. I'm not sure where that would be. Good morning, Tammy. How are you? Hi, Ginger. Thanks for getting up with us. Also, Michael Watson is watching. Oh, Michelle, I can't read. I should put my glasses back on. Joetta, good morning to you. Hi, Tom. Tom's coming to Lumberton. Well, Tom, I hope you have a great visit. Good morning, Chason. Hope you're doing well. Also, David McPeak is peeking in from Viter this morning. Hi, Eileen. Eileen is one of our faithful UK viewers. I'm not sure why, Eileen, but I like it. I have a lot of English, Irish in my being. I do. Hi, Rose. Depression. I hope you're not telling me that's something that you're dealing with, but if you are, it's understandable. And, that's the other thing while we're talking about things, there's nothing to be ashamed of when you don't, when you're not feeling it. I struggle with people who always say, I don't understand why so-and-so did so-and-so. How could somebody do that? And I'm always like, because you don't know where they're at. You don't know where they're at in their head. You don't know what they've gone through. You don't know what they're going through. I understand depression. I really do. And those of us who are fortunate enough to not be struggling with it today doesn't mean you won't be tomorrow. Morgan, good morning to you. Hi, Cheryl. You call it, I call it humble. I've never heard anybody call it humble, Texas, but that's not true. I have I've heard some, but it's humble to me. Al, good morning to you there in Groves. Angie is up this morning. Also, Terry Mosley weighing in this morning. Fake news. What part is fake news, Terry? I haven't done any news yet. All I've done is talk about us. But okay, again, I got no problem with that. You're entitled to your opinion. Hi, Tammy, again, taking care of neighbors. Yeah, always a good thing to do. And you're right, Carlene, people do want to be heard. I think that's, they want to think somebody recognizes their existence, their being. Hi, Michael High Note. Hi, Lisa Harris. Good morning to you. I just love seeing all the folks that are talking to each other. Hi, Bethany Evans, Livingston. By the lake or in the city? Either way, it's a nice place to be on a Friday. Amanda, good morning to you. Anita, good morning to you as well. David in Tennessee, hope you're doing well. Hi, Janice. And also good morning to Lisa over in Conroe. So we got a lot of folks from a lot of different areas that are dropping by this morning, and I appreciate that. Let's go over to KFDM.com, see what's happening this morning. First stop on the internet, and we start things off by looking around. We see that a lot of crime news this morning. That's the best category I can put it in, right? You have a bond set for a man charged with murder in Jasper. You have an investigation underway into a kidnapping. You have, what was the other one that I saw this morning? Oh, the accident, the fatal accident is there on our page as well. If you want to read that, you can also find out about the dates for the South Texas State Fair. I'll never forget, one of the first stories I had as a very young kid coming to Southeast Texas was to cover the YMBL Fair. And I was like, well, Dan, keep hitting the wrong buttons there. I'm sorry. But anyway, so I go to talk to this gentleman from YMBL. And I said, so the Southeast Texas Fair, and he stopped me immediately. It is not the Southeast Texas Fair. It is the South Texas State Fair. A lasting impression from that point forward. I was like, okay, but I still didn't understand why. Because to me, growing up in Northeast Texas, and there was the State Fair, that was, the big fair, Dallas. When you say the South Texas State Fair, I'm always going to think Harlingen. I'm going to think Rio Grande Valley. I might even think Corpus Christi, but I'm not going to think Beaumont. I do now, but I did not all those years ago. But again, and there are several different stories as to why it became the South Texas State Fair. But that's still what it's called today. And again, they are deciding they've not canceled it. They are just going to delay it, at least for a bit. So we'll keep an eye on that story. I'm not going to, like I said, I've got an appointment this morning, so I got to get out of here. I'm going to just a couple of fun stories to point out to you. One, Mattress Mac is at it again. Gallery Furniture, save you money. He's also laying out some money. Look at this, $3.46 million in a Super Bowl bet. Now, here's the thing you need to know. Mattress Mac does gamble, but he's playing both ends against the middle. Because what he does is he has these promotions. And he'll say, everybody who buys furniture in the next 30 weeks for $3,000 more, he's going to give you and save you money. It's not going to cost you anything if that, But anyway, he does a promotion. That's a bad Mattress Mac impersonation. But he essentially says, if you buy your furniture during this time and this team wins, you won't have to pay me anything. And if they lose, you have to pay. Well, what he does is he bets on the other team. So he's covered either way. So he's out to recoup his money with DraftKings or whoever it is that he bets with. And it's quite a story. I mean, there's no doubt about that. From starting with nothing on a very small furniture store to becoming a furniture magnate. I can't think of anything else to call him. An empire he has built. And then this is that perspective story of the day. When you start going, man, I don't want to get out. I don't want to drive today. USA Today, blizzard conditions cause a massive 40-vehicle pileup in Iowa. You could be living here. We always used to do this thing on the morning show years ago, and we'd say it was a segment we called Better Them Than Us. And, people would take exception to that. They'd get all, you can't, that's derogatory. I'm like, no, I'm just saying I'm glad it's not me. So better them than us. I have no interest in driving on a snowy road, but I do have to drive. Got a jet, places to go, things to do, and I know you do too. And again, I am going to be away from the desk for some period of time. I'm not sure, but I will let you know. And as soon as I'm back in the house, as soon as I'm able, I will be back and we will do some more of these at-home updates. I hope you enjoyed them. I enjoyed them. I enjoy being able to have conversation with you and to read your comments. Feel free to drop them. I'll leave them up for a second. And if you want to hit us with a like, that's always appreciated as well. We'll look forward to talking to you again soon. You go out and make it a terrific weekend, won't you?